Hey, what's up? This is Gardetrace, and Dragon Ball Super has seriously got to stop sucking Master Roshi's dick. It seems like this series is going out of its way to deep throat Master Roshi like there's no tomorrow. Master Roshi has been a subject of a whole lot of bullshit that has gone on in the series, starting off with Resurrection F, and it has just intensified by the time we've gotten to the Universe Survival Saga. Master Roshi is getting such ridiculous gains in power with no rhyme or reason of how in the actual fuck he could be getting this shit. Because let's just think of Roshi for a bit. Roshi was useless throughout the entire course of Dragon Ball Z. The thing about Roshi is he had been so far surpassed by his students by this point. Even at the beginning of Z, we see that he had already been surpassed. Hell, he was even surpassed before we even got into Z. Because I'm sure by the time we get to the third Tenkaichi Budokai of the series, the likes of Goku and Ten Shinhan were stronger than Roshi by that point. And then all throughout Dragon Ball Z, Roshi does nothing. He doesn't take part in the fight against the Saiyans. Hell, he didn't even fight Raditz when he came to his house. It's just Goku had gotten kneed there, and then we had Krillin getting tail smacked, and Roshi just stood there doing nothing. And then when we get further and further and further into the series, it just becomes so blatantly obvious that Roshi is nothing more than an artifact of the original Dragon Ball, similar as to how the likes of Puar and Oolong are, as the series just changed the genre by the time we got to Z, and there's no place for that type of character. Because the thing about Roshi is, all he's really there is to provide, furniture in the background. He's nothing more than a living prop by the time Z rolls around. And all he does as Z is pretty much be there to showcase a lot of humor with the fact that he's a lecherous old man. So he's pretty much only there to do things such as grab Bulma's ass and motorboat 18's tits. And of course, GT would continue that trend. But then Super comes along, and all of a sudden, Roshi had somehow been doing a whole lot of secret training without anyone seeming to notice, because when we get to the Resurrection F movie, and then of course the corresponding arc in Super, we have Roshi who takes part in the fight against Frieza soldiers. Now, even if you could say that these soldiers Frieza recruited are just a bunch of weak mooks he salvaged, even if they have a power level around 1,000, that is still far too great for Roshi to be able to handle. Because in Dragon Ball Z, we showcase power levels of Krillin and Roshi, and we see that Krillin, it was above Roshi by that point, and then of course Krillin would go even further from there. But Roshi, on the other hand, he has a punk-ass little power level of like 157, and he hasn't even been implied to have trained throughout the entire time of Dragon Ball Z. As a matter of fact, there is only one time Roshi fought during Dragon Ball Z's run, and that was in a movie. The second movie, The World's Strongest. But of course, that's a movie. It's a non-canon movie, so that doesn't count for shit. So to really put it into perspective,
This movie is the only time we see Master Roshi fight in Dragon Ball Z. Another sin removed.
but then Resurrection F rolls around, he's holding his own against the Frieza soldiers, he's keeping up with the likes of the other Z fighters. He doesn't need them to come in to lend him a hand. He's handling his own section of soldiers that are coming in after him. But then once we get to the universe survival arc, it just gets to the point of sheer ridiculousness, and then this series just really starts deep-throating Roshi hard. Because Roshi, he was being recruited, and in the episode, which was supposed to be a Tenshinhan focused episode, Roshi comes in and then he undergoes possession. He gets possessed by that girl who does the witchcraft, and then we really see what Roshi's made of as he overpowers Tenshinhan and makes a complete and utter bitch out of him. And then that's when Goku comments on Roshi must have been doing this secret training. And then we get to the Tournament of Power. Oh my god. So much dick sucking is going on. Roshi gets not one, but 2 episodes where he's the sole focus. Because episode 105 features Roshi. He eliminated 3 opponents in this episode. Throughout the whole episode was all focused on things Roshi's doing. And what we're really doing in this tournament is just showcasing all of the tricks that Roshi has, Before episode 105, that's where he did that lightning paralysis technique, forget what it's called, but he uses it, paralyzes a foe, and then that's when Tenshinhan eliminates the guy. But then this episode, of course, showcases that Roshi, he has gotten a whole lot stronger, and also what we see is that he really did overcome his perverted ways. But that's the thing. That's the only thing that we've seen him do training towards. We haven't seen any of his other training. We haven't seen what training regimen he has been doing to get stronger. We've only been seeing what he's been doing to overcome his lecherous ways. That's all the fuck that we've been having him do. And we see the fruits of his labor in this episode. But then we go further, we see him use the Mafuba, and then he's up against some Howard the Duck looking motherfucker who is electrocuting his ass, and then he fights through it, Kamehamehas the guy out of the ring, and then they do this dumb pointless shit about, oh my god, is Roshi gonna die? Which, come on. You can't use death as a tension in Dragon Ball. It's death is so cheap. Characters have died so many times. It's who gives a fuck at this point? And just really, it's just, we have to resort to erasing people from existence now. That's just how cheap death is, that we gotta just resort to erasing them. But then, of course, he does not get eliminated in that episode where he eliminates 3 fighters, and then we see Roshi sit down and take a rest in the next episode, and then we get to the episode after that where Frost sets his sights on him. And this is where Master Roshi starts using the Mafuba. He uses it twice in the episode. He first used it in a failed attempt to seal Frost, and then he uses it again to try to seal Magetta, but then that's when Frost takes it and reverses it, shifts it towards Vegeta, and then just Roshi is just really being milked for all his worth, and they're just really trying to milk this whole thing about, oh no, Master Roshi might die, which, like I said, is pointless. You know, if he dies, you can wish himself back, because he'll either die from overuse of the Mafuba, or he'll die from the wounds that Frost is inflicting on him. Because remember, Roshi has died using the Mafuba before, when he used it against Demon King Piccolo, but of course he misses where he was trying to seal Piccolo in. He missed the rice cooker, so that resulted in him dying after just using the technique once, but now he's just using it repeatedly, and it's just, how the fuck is he not dead? How is he not dead after using it 3 times in such a short span of time? This guy is getting so much character focus that it's ridiculous. This is character focus that could have gone in other characters as well. For example, we could have gotten a lot more Krillin. We could have gotten a hell of a lot more Ten Shinhan. It's just, Ten Shinhan, he's thrown away. Now Krillin at least had an episode dedicated to him where he saves Android 18 from elimination, and then he eliminates 2 opponents, but then stupidly lets his guard down and gets Iron-Tailed out of the ring by Frost. But then Ten Shinhan, on the other hand, he was just thrown away in the most ass way possible. This really shows that Toriyama and Toei staff, they're really picking favorites with Roshi. Don't get me wrong, this isn't a video of me hating on Roshi, because quite frankly, I love Roshi. I wish he would have done more in Dragon Ball Z, but the thing is, he hasn't. You've established that there's no way that Roshi could ever be relevant again and catch up, but now you're trying to crawl out of the hole that you guys have digged yourself into, because you guys have been doing this throughout Dragon Ball Super with characters just getting ridiculous gains in power and keeping up with the likes of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, when really they're just so far surpassed, it's ridiculous. You know, by the end of Z, you guys were so far surpassed, so of course, in Super, now that we've gotten Godly Ki and the escalation has risen up, if you ain't Goku or Vegeta, you have no chance of really catching up, but then they just ignored the power scale rules completely, and they're proceeding to suck dick left and right. Other characters, of course, has gotten their dick sucked, because, you know, Gohan, he got his dick sucked, Frieza got his dick sucked, Krillin got his dick sucked, Android 17 got his dick sucked. Hell, even Majin Buu was getting his dick sucked, and he ultimately get used for the tournament. But then Roshi, he is being deep-throated. They are deep-throating him. Because right now, Roshi is getting a whole lot of favoritism, similar as to how Goku would normally get a whole bunch of favoritism. Except the thing is, of course, you've established Goku has access to all this stuff, because Goku's Saiyan. He has all of the advantages. But Roshi, he had long since undergone a case of can't keep up. And you guys are ignoring the rules. And right now, Toriyama is just gagging, just choking, just sucking so much dick right now. Roshi's dick is so far down Toriyama's throat that Roshi's dick alone is spit roasting his ass. It's going in one end and out the other. That's just how much Roshi is just getting so overly abused within the series. I'm so tired of this power scaling, because, you know, the power scale, like the power creep that's been going on is, you know, a result of things within Dragon Ball Z. Because, Dragon Ball Z pretty much established you ain't Saiyan, you ain't shit, because Saiyan's got all the advantages. Zenkai boost, as well as a whole shitload of Super Saiyan transformations. What are the humans gonna really do? Because the humans aren't given anything. And it's just, even you have, the people who are established as the stronger ones amongst the humans, such as Krillin and Ten Shinhan, and Roshi seems to have far surpassed the two of them at this point. It's Roshi's doing all this secret training. He is so motherfucking strong right now, but he can't even fly. You mean to tell me that he can get all of this power, but a guy of his stature, a guy of his caliber, who is so trained in ki sense, and he's the motherfucker who invented the Kamehameha, you're telling me he can't learn to fly? So do you really expect me to buy all of this bullshit gains, especially considering he's getting them off screen? Because pretty much Roshi is undergoing a Golden Frieza problem. Because, of course, Frieza got his ridiculous gains off screen, and now Roshi, he's getting these gains. Pretty much everybody is getting gains off screen, but Roshi is just getting the most character focus out of any of the characters, and so many other characters are deserving of this. But after episode 107, towards the end of it, we see Roshi does get eliminated, but he gets eliminated on his own terms as he falls out of the ring, out of exhaustion. So it's pretty much continuing the trend in Dragon Ball where Roshi is up against Ten Shinhan, and then he jumps out of the ring, ringing himself out, getting himself eliminated on his own terms. But hey, we're right here, and it's really a huge waste of time because now we have Roshi, he's eliminated, and of course Ten Shinhan and Krillin are, so our human characters are all gone now. If that right there doesn't just hit the nail on the head on how you ain't saying you ain't shit, I don't know what does. So what do you guys think of Roshi's ridiculous gains in power? What do you guys think of pretty much Toriyama and Toei's staff just milking Roshi's cock, just sucking it down like it's no tomorrow? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Also like and subscribe for more content to come. So with that being said, that'll be the end of this video. Have a good day everyone. This is Trace signing out.